Hello, this is 6 minutes English from BBC Learning English. I'm Neil and I'm Georgie. Would you like a cup of tea, News? Oh yes, thanks Georgie. With milk and real sugars, please. Real sugars? Wow, you really have a sweet tooth. You like eating sweet things? Aren't you worried about your weight? Yes, but I can't say no to sugar. Our addiction to oil is causing a climate emergency. Our addiction to sugar is causing a health emergency for our bodies. Sugar gives us an instant hit at the chemicals hormone dopamine, making us feel good, but in the long run causing obesity, tooth, tooth decay, and diseases like diabetes. But how did our addiction to the sweet stuff begin? That's what we have been discussing in this program. And as usual, we will be learning some useful new vocabulary as well. Anyway, here's your tea now. I just put one sugar. Thanks, Roxy. I'll give it a try. Now, before we go on, I have a question for you. Sugar canes, which grows naturally in Asia. Africa and the Americas first came to England in the 11th century. Back then, it was expensive luxury item affordable only to kings, queens, and the very rich. So, which English monarch loved eating sugar so much that teeth turned black? Was it A. King Henry H. B. Queen Elizabeth I or C. Mary Queen of Scots? I know Henry A were very unhealthy, so I'll guess it's him. Okay, Georgie, we will find out the answer later in the program. Just now, I compared sugar to oil as the world's most important commodity. A commodity is a product of natural resource that can be traded, bought, and sold. Today, economies, governments, and wars are based on controlling oil, but in early centuries, the same was true of sugar. For 100 years, sugar, along with coffee and tobacco, were raised in slavery plantations and shipped across the Atlantic Ocean to Europe. By the time slavery was ended in 1834, the demand for sugar in Europe and the United States were at a record high. Here's Professor of International History Uber Bosma explaining more to BBC Radio for program Thinking Aloud. Sugar was already an extremely important commodity in the 16th and 17th and 18th centuries, and in the 19th century we see a staggering growth of sugar consumption in Europe and United States, and so with that sugar become the fuel for human bodies, whereas oil become the fuel for vehicles in the 20th century. Professor Bosma talks about the staggering growth in the popularity of sugar. The adjective staggering means shocking or surprising. Just like oil became the fuel for machine engine, sugar became the fuel for the human body. Fuel is a substance that is burned to provide head of or power. Trading companies had become rich selling sugar around using slave labor. When people began to realize the health problems of sugar in the 20th century, these companies needed new ways to sell their product and began using sugar in food, which had previously contained none. Um, food, food like bread, cereal, and yogurt.